In a certain village, there was a small wooden bridge spanning a stream that flowed from the high mountains. Over time, the bridge gradually aged. Its planks began to rot and become rickety. The villagers frequently crossed it, yet hardly anyone truly paid attention to its deterioration. They were busy with their own lives, hurriedly passing over it and then hurriedly returning. Then one day, an old carpenter appeared. He was not from the village, and no one knew where he came from. He quietly looked at the bridge, and then, without any promises or demands, he began his work. Then, one day, an old carpenter appeared. He was not from the village, and no one knew where he came from. He quietly looked at the bridge, and then, without any promises or demands, he began his work. At first, the villagers were curious. Some chattered about it, while others scornfully remarked that this old man had nothing better to do. They would pass by, occasionally tossing a few questions his way, but the old man would only respond with a gentle smile and continue his work. Gradually, people grew accustomed to his presence. They came to see his bridge repairs as something expected. The bridge became increasingly sturdy and handsome, yet few ever stopped to utter a word of thanks. At one point, a mischievous child even threw a stone at his toolbox, yet the old man uttered no word of complaint. His eyes remained gentle, and those thin but sturdy hands continued tirelessly with each strike of the hammer, as if he was mending a crucial piece of his own life. He worked with a quiet love, needing no recognition nor expecting any reward. Then one year, a downpour of unprecedented intensity struck. Torrents from the mountain stream thundered down, swirling like a raging water monster, engulfing everything in their path. The entire village panicked and fled to higher ground. When dawn broke and the waters receded, they left behind a scene of utter devastation. And it was at that very moment that everyone suddenly realized the small wooden bridge still stood firm, having withstood nature's fury with unwavering resilience. Not only was it completely intact, but it had now become a lifeline, the only remaining connection between the village and the outside world after the catastrophe. The entire village was astounded. They rushed toward the bridge, and in their joy they suddenly remembered the stooped figure of the old carpenter. But he was no longer there. He had quietly departed, just as he had arrived, leaving behind a silent legacy of kindness. It was then they understood that the most sincere acts of goodness often require no fanfare. They are like the roots of a tree, quietly gathering nutrients to nourish the flourishing branches above. The lesson from this story is simple. True kindness needs no audience. It springs from a heart that knows how to love and unconditionally wishes the best for others. Sometimes the most precious thing we can give is a selfless sincerity, for it is these very deeds that possess the enduring strength to weather all of life's storms. Continue to be kind, even if no one may ever know, because the universe faithfully bears witness to all.